Hello, friends. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin, and I'm the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings, romance, twin flame, life, path, and purpose, and general readings. You can book that at my website, michellefondinauthor.com. And don't forget to download my free Twin Flames Affirmations Meditation. The link is below to get that for free. This is Twin Flame Guidance, and today's topic is 5 twin flame myths busted. And there's also a bonus at the end, so be sure to stay tuned for the bonus one at the end of the video. This came to me because of my increasing frustration when I talk to twin flames just like you in my group coaching, in my individual one-on-one coaching sessions, and in my readings. And then when I read comments in the comment section on the YouTube videos of misinformation about the twin flame journey. Now, of course, I will be the first to admit that I do not have all the answers. However, I've been on this twin flame journey since September of 2018. And throughout that time, which is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, it is almost 3 years since I've been on the twin flame journey. It seems so long, yet it doesn't seem so long, but it seems so long. And in those 3 years, or almost 3 years, I would say, since I've been on the twin flame journey, I've coached hundreds of twin flames. And I have seen many thousands of twin flames pass through on my YouTube channel with various stories and comments. And to that end, I can tell you right now that some of the myths that are out there about the twin flame journey are completely false, like 100% false. And there are people out there in YouTube land, in blogs, vlogs, podcasts that are setting forth and teaching these myths. So I want to tell you, this is from my first-hand experience and from the first-hand experience of the people that I coach, and there are hundreds of them, literally hundreds, and it's probably closer to 1,000, but I've never sat down to actually count. But there have been hundreds of twin flames with various stories, and so I see the evolution of the twin flame journey from many different perspectives and not only my own perspective. Myth number 1, I want you to listen really carefully to this one. Twin flames aren't meant to be together. Now, let me tell you firsthand right now that is total BS. Total BS. So the people that are pushing forward that myth on YouTube and other forms of places on the internet, people that are pushing forward that don't have good logical thinking or scientific theory thinking. Because even scientists, when they are testing out a theory, when they're trying a new medicine, for example, or they're trying a new formula, for example, they will look for error. They will look for margin of error. And depending on the margin of error, they will know if a thing works or a thing doesn't work, or if there's true or not true. Now, the problem with this logic that twin flames are not meant to be together, if that was true, then there would not be twin flames together. And I can tell you firsthand that I have witnessed many, 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 many twin flame couples that are together. So if that were the case, then the margin of error would be a lot smaller than it actually is. And throughout the evolution of all the twin flames that I've coached throughout the years, I've seen more and more and more twin flames in 3D physical union. And in fact, there are several YouTube channels in YouTube land where twin flames actually have a YouTube channel together, which means the twin flames are together. And so that myth is 100% false. Now, are some twin flames not meant to be together on this earth plane in this lifetime? That is quite possible, but no one knows the exact percentage of that. I would say that most twin flames that meet in this lifetime are meant to be together under some capacity in this lifetime, because otherwise, why else would you meet? I know it's about self-healing, and believe me, I teach that on my channel, but in the end, it's to help elevate the consciousness of the globe and to raise the level of unconditional love. So, that being said, myth 1, busted. Myth number 2, twin flames are just limerence. I cannot tell you in the recent months how many times I've kind of just seen this on the screen on YouTube, or I've heard people say it. And to my understanding, limerence is some kind of fantasy, like psychological fantasy, such as a huge crush on somebody. And so because it's a huge crush, almost like a childhood romance, you create these stories and scenarios in your head that create an alternate reality that is not reality. It's just something fabricated by your brain. I'm going to tell you why this myth is absolutely false. The reason why this myth is false is because there is some sort of similarity in every twin flame journey. There are signs, synchronicities, experiences, mystical happenings in the spiritual realm, like happenstance meetings over a period of time. You cannot make that stuff up. There's absolutely no way that you can make that stuff up. Now, the interesting piece is because I have a totally different perspective than a lot of people, I talk to a handful of twin flames one-on-one every single day. So the fact that I talk with twin flames one-on-one every single day, and I don't know their story from any other story on the planet, and they tell me their story, I can see the patterns of the twin flame trajectory based on their story and what happened. So the fact that people say that it's limerence is totally ludicrous, because a lot of these things that are happening are something that you could not even plan in the 3D physical world, even if you wanted to. Absolutely no way, shape, or form possible, because many of these meetings are miraculous. Many of the re-meetings are miraculous. And just a lot of the other pieces that needed to fall into place during the course of the twin flame journey are just things that you physically as one single person couldn't possibly do or make up. It kind of took the orchestration of the entire universe to conspire to make these things happen. So myth number 2, busted. Myth number 3, and this kind of goes along with myth 2, but in a different form, because this is actually a myth that I have heard on the internet as well. Twin flames are a 5D or spiritual connection only. If that were so, then twin flames would not meet in this 3D physical world. They wouldn't be in a relationship in this 3D physical world. They wouldn't have sexual relations in this 3D physical world. They wouldn't have conversations in this 3D physical world. You know where I'm going with this, right? There is another theory or a myth out there that is pushed forth by a lot of people. You could Google this, look it up. And it's false. It's absolutely false, because myself included, and included with hundreds of thousands of people that have viewed my YouTube channel, commented on my YouTube channel, and have been through this journey, is that twin flames do meet in person, and they do enter into relationships, whether it's a friendship, a sexual relationship, a full-on relationship, marriage, or whatever the thing may be. So again, going back to scientific theory, a very valid theory is going to be validated time and time and time again to prove the truth of the theory. So I would say that there's a much stronger propensity toward that theory being disproved than proved because of the amount of twin flames in this earth plane who have met and been in some type of relationship with their twin flame in the 3D level. So if that were true, if twin flames were just meant to have a 5D connection, then no twin flame would ever be in a 3D connection. So myth number 3, busted. Myth number 4, you can just let go of a twin flame connection. This is kind of a weird one. The one thing that I teach and preach in many of my videos, based on personal experience and based on the experience of hundreds of people that I coach, again, is you don't go looking for a twin flame relationship connection. The twin flame relationship finds you. This was certainly my case, and it's the case of thousands of others or hundreds of thousands of others who are on this twin flame journey. Again, you don't understand how many times day in and day out I meet people from every part of the world, in every country. I've spoken to people probably in 50 or 60 different countries. And that's probably only because those people speak English, because my primary language is English, even though I do speak French, Spanish, and German. The twin flames that I speak to, and maybe you are a testimony to this as well, they say, I don't know what is happening to me because I didn't look for this person. I wasn't really looking for a relationship, or maybe you were. But the third thing is, I have tried time and again to let this person go, and I have not been able to. I'm incapable of doing it. And usually it's followed up by another phrase that they say, which is, every time I've had a breakup, every time I've had a love interest that didn't pan out in my past 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, I've been able to let it go. It has not been a big deal. I might have been sad a day or two, but in the end, it was never a big deal. I was always able to let it go. This, I have not been able to let go. And in previous videos, and also in my twin flame boot camps, I do tell my story a little bit about how I, at one point, tried to let go of my twin flame connection and failed miserably. If you try to let go of a twin flame connection, if you ask your angels to take it away, you have a free will choice to do so, but there is excruciating pain and usually physical pain that comes with it, because there is a cord that is tying you, an ethereal cord that is tying you to your twin flame. So you will experience physical pain. You will experience extreme emotional pain, and you will experience a lot of turmoil in your life. So we all have a divine destiny. Our soul has chosen to do certain things in this lifetime, and you have a soul contract with your twin flame. So if you are meant to go through this soul contract with your twin flame, your soul is meant to go through this soul contract with your twin flame, and you can't just let that go. I mean, to let it go, you would have to die and then be born again. You would literally have to have a rebirth. It's not as easy as that. Now, according to heavenly guidance, is it something that you can abandon? Maybe, like I said, there are severe consequences to abandoning your soul contract. So again, that's a more heavenly question, but anyone who tells you that you can just let this go, it's completely false. You cannot just let this go without there being severe consequences for your life. And anyone who is in a true twin flame connection knows this. Myth number 4, busted. Now make sure to stay tuned for the bonus myth at the end of the video. Myth number 5, it is the divine feminine's job to do all the work in order to turn around this twin flame connection toward reunion. This, I produced actually 2 videos on this, and I will put a link here for a video. Is DF 100% responsible for reunion or for the work toward reunion. And then I produced another video more recently on separation and why it's taking so long. So I'll put that link there as well. So let's just explore this for a minute. Twin flames come together. They meet per their soul contract in order to activate the soul contract. That's basically what happens. And in my 14 signs to know if you're a twin flame, and then the 10 signs of 2021, and also the obscure signs, you will get to know a little bit better how this happens, how the activation happens. But twin flames come together, they activate each other in order to initiate the soul contract. It's kind of like the ignition key, right? It's like you put the key in the ignition, you start the engine, and that's exactly what happens when you meet your twin flame. Now, from that point forward, inside of your soul contract, there are various homeworks, various things, various tasks that both of you need to do in order to get ready to come back into union as twin flames, and also to elevate yourselves into the higher spiritual level. And so many of those things include transcending the ego, getting over your childhood wounds, overcoming your triggers. There are many other things. And in the soul contract, both parties have homework to do. Now, wouldn't it seem a little lopsided and unjust if the great creator of the universe created this duality, this twin couple, and gave all of the work to one of the couple while the other person in the couple could just sit back, relax, and do nothing? That just doesn't seem like the way God works. That just doesn't seem like the way the universe operates, right? God has created this world of duality, and because it's a world of duality, there is a balance and counterbalance to everything. So if you have been led to believe that the divine feminine is the only one who must do all of the work first in order to bring the couple into reunion, then that just goes against the laws of the universe, which is the nature of duality. So myth number 5 is also busted. So stay tuned for the bonus. I just wanted to say, if you are having difficulty with your twin flame journey and just really understanding the journey and how to navigate it and get through it, you can join my Twin Flame Divine Feminine Bootcamp number 1, which really takes you through the twin flame journey. If you're more interested, or you're equally interested in the work being done to heal yourself in order to get all that part of your homework done, you can join my bootcamp number 2, and the links are below. The bonus myth is there's a magic bullet formula to reunion. There are so many YouTubers out there. There are a lot of motivational speakers out there. There are a lot of twin flame coaches out there that tell you there is a magic bullet. Just join my program. There's a magic bullet. If you do this, you change the energy dynamic. You go into your yin phase instead of the yang phase. It's like magic. You come together like, and you guys are together. That's completely false. It's totally false. Every twin flame couple has a different set of tasks they need to do in their soul contract. And if that were the case, if it was a one formula fits all, if it was a one size fits all, if everyone could just plug it into a formula and do it, I guarantee you there would be 90% of all twin flames in reunion right now, because I know this firsthand. So many divine feminines are in desperation to just make this happen and get this thing over with by already. Like, I'm done with the separation. I'm done with the heartache. I'm done with the heartbreak. I'm done with the ghosting. I'm done with the blocking. I'm done with all that. So if there was a magic bullet formula, then there would be a lot more twin flames in reunion. I would say closer to 90%. Currently, how many twin flames are in reunion? I don't really know, because I don't know everybody on the planet. And many people who are on the planet who are twin flames might not even know they're twin flames. But I would say the coaches, the YouTubers, the people out there that tell you there is a magic bullet formula towards reunion are scamming you. And I even say in my boot camps, it's a pathway, right? It's a pathway. It depends on how much work you put into it. It depends on divine timing. It depends on your twin flame and how much work they're putting into it. There is no magic bullet formula. So anyone that tells you, just join my coaching program, it's a magic bullet to reunion, it's not. That is totally false. You need to do a lot of exploration on this journey, self-exploration on this journey. You need to do a lot of healing on this journey. You need to really dig deep inside of your emotions, yourself, your inner child, your triggers, your communication skills, your boundary setting. And that just makes you a better person overall, doesn't it? If you start to change and grow and look at things from a higher spiritual level, it just makes you a better person. And when you're a better person, you're better able to handle the journey. You're a better example for your friends and family and for your twin flame when they come back to you. But rest assured that there is no one size fits all. There is no one formula to reunion. That is completely false. Everybody has a different journey. Everyone has a different timeline, and everyone has different bits of homework that they need to do in order to get to reunion. So I hope this was helpful for you, Twin Flame. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you for sharing this video with other Twin Flames. And thank you so much for your support of my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can join a boot camp. You can also join our group coaching where we're talking about self-improvement. So I will see you in the next video.